everyone, my name is Nguyễn Hà Thảo My. I'm an English teacher from Hoàng Diệu Secondary School. I am happy to be your instructor in this lesson. Today we are going to review Unit 4, 5, and 6. Firstly, we will review vocabulary. Then, we will focus on grammar. Lastly, we will practice with what we have learned. Before we start, please open the student book, page 25. Remember to keep your eyes 50 centimeters from the screen and prepare your notebook and pens. There are some tips to help you to study well. Các em có thể tham khảo những mẹo nhỏ này để giúp các em học tốt hơn. Number 1. Pay attention to the lesson. Thứ nhất, các em phải tập trung vào bài học. Number 2. Prepare your textbook, notebook and pens. Điều thứ hai, hãy nhớ chuẩn bị sách giáo khoa, vở và bút viết để ghi bài. Number 3. Watch the whole video from the beginning to the end. Thứ ba, các em nhớ xem hết video này từ đầu đến cuối. Number 4. Write down vocabulary on your notebook. Điều thứ tư, các em hãy viết từ vựng của bài học này vào vở bài học. Finally, press pause if you need more time to practice. Điều cuối cùng, các em có thể bấm nút dừng nếu các em cần thêm thời gian để luyện tập. Trọng tâm bài học hôm nay gồm 2 phần. Phần thứ nhất, ôn tập từ vựng Unit 4, 5 and 6. Phần thứ hai, chúng ta sẽ ôn tập ngữ pháp. Đầu tiên, modal verbs should, have to. Thứ hai, conjunction adverbs. Và cuối cùng là past continuous. Sau đây cô sẽ hướng dẫn các em cách ghi bài. Đầu tiên các em nhớ ghi tên bài học. Review Unit 4, 5 and 6. Ở phần kiến thức trọng tâm, các em hãy ghi lại những kiến thức trọng tâm mà cô vừa mới đề cập. Ở mục 2 La Mã, chúng ta có 4 mục nhỏ. Mục số 1, Vocabulary. Chúng ta sẽ ghi lại những từ vựng mà chúng ta học ngày hôm nay. Mục số 2, Grammar Structures. Các em sẽ ghi lại các cấu trúc ngữ pháp. Mục số 3, Practice. Các em sẽ ghi lại đáp án của các bài tập. Mục số 4, Homework Consolidation. Các em sẽ ghi lại dặn dò của giáo viên. Ở phần 3 La Mã, ghi chú thắc mắc các vấn đề cần hỏi giáo viên. Các em sẽ ghi chú lại các vấn đề cần được giáo viên giải đáp.
Một điều nữa cô cũng muốn nhắc các em rằng khi ngồi học online, hãy ngồi học đúng tư thế.
Now, let's move on to the first part, vocabulary revision. The first one, tradition, truyền thống. Break with tradition, phá vỡ truyền thống. The second one, commemorate, tưởng nhớ. The third one, worship, thờ cúng. The fourth one, procession, đám rước hoặc là đoàn diễu hành. The fifth, ritual, nghi lễ. The next one, legend, huyền thoại, truyền thuyết. The seventh, cunning, láu cá, xảo trá. And the final one, generous, rộng lượng, hào phóng. We have just reviewed some vocabulary. Now, let's focus on grammar revision. Part 8. We are going to review modal verbs, should, have to. The first one, should, is used to give advice. For examples, you should do exercise in the morning to stay healthy. Or, she shouldn't eat too much candy. Here is the forms. Subject plus should plus verb infinitive. Or subject plus should not plus verb infinitive. The second one, have to. It is used to express important things because of rules or situations. Examples: Vietnamese students have to wear uniform at school. At TAD, people don't have to work. This is the forms of have to. Subject plus have or has to plus verb infinitive. In negative form, you need to use subject plus don't or doesn't plus have to and plus verb infinitive. We have reviewed modal verbs. Now we will focus on conjunctive adverbs. Let's review some following ones. However, nevertheless, tuy nhiên. Moreover, hơn nữa. Therefore, vì thế. Otherwise, nếu không thì. For examples, I'm sick, therefore I will have a day off. Or, she had a broken leg, however, she still went to school yesterday. Please remember these forms when you use the conjunctive adverbs. Khi conjunctive adverbs được đặt giữa hai câu, các bạn nên nhớ mình phải có dấu chấm phẩy và dấu phẩy đằng trước và đằng sau conjunctive adverbs. The next one. Let's review past continuous. The first usage. It is used to talk about actions and they are happening around a particular time. Examples: I was doing my homework at 7 p.m. last night. He was fixing his car this time yesterday. The second usage. It is used to state an action which is in progress and interrupted by another action. Regarding the action in progress, you use past continuous. As regard the interrupting action, you use past simple. For examples, when I was watching TV, the bell rang. The baby was crying when the fairy appeared. The final usage. Past continuous is used for the background of a story. This is an example. The birds were singing. The sun was shining. And in the cafe, people were laughing and chatting. Amy sat down and took out her phone. Here is the forms of past continuous. Affirmative. Subject plus was were plus verbing. For the negative, subject plus was were plus not plus verbing. And the question. Was were plus subject plus verbing. We have just finished to review vocabulary and grammar. Now, let's practice together. Part 8. Choose the best answer, A, B, C, or D, to complete the sentence. I will give you 30 seconds to do this exercise. Let's start. Time's up. Now, let's check the answer together. Number 1. There is a tradition in our family that we have a party on New Year's Eve. Number 2. In later periods, people worshipped the goddess in the form of stone, which was often black and carnal. Number 3. They broke with tradition by getting married quietly. Number 4. They walked in procession to the capital. The next one. At the beginning of the festival, they performed a ritual
of offering some incense. And the last one. In my family, all the traditions of our ancestors are strictly followed. This is the first exercise about vocabulary. Now let's move on to the second one. Part B. Use the words in the box to complete the sentences. 30 seconds to do this exercise. Start. Let's check the answer together. Number 1. According to legend, the lake was formed by the tears of a god. Number 2. The witch was very cunning. She finally thought of a trick that could give her what she wanted. Number 3. In the end, she was united with her husband, and they lived happily ever after. Number 4. What a generous man he is. He offered to pay for us both. And number 5. Snow White is kind to people and animals. We have just finished 2 exercises about vocabulary. Let's continue with the grammar one. Part C. Read and match the notices A to E to the sentences 1 to 5. You are given 30 seconds to do the exercise. 30 seconds. Start. We will check the answer together. Number 1. You mustn't drop litter. It is equal to make sure buildings and grounds are clean. Number 2. You don't have to bring a tent with you. And it match. You can rent a tent. Number 3. You should bring a flashlight with you, which means it is advisable to bring a flashlight. The next one. You have to wear your shoes except when taking a shower, which related to shoes worn at all times, except when taking a shower. And the last one. You shouldn't have dangerous things with you, meaning pocket knives, candles, or matches can be dangerous. This exercise to help you to review should and have to. Let's move on to the next one. Part D. Complete each sentence using although, while, however, moreover, and otherwise. 30 seconds to do this exercise. Start. Let's check the answer. Number 1. Although the sun was shining, it wasn't very warm. Number 2. The pairs of cows must run in a straight line, otherwise they will be disqualified from the cow racing festival. Number 3. While I was waiting at the bus stop, it started to rain heavily.
Number 4. Vulan is a time for people to show their appreciation and gratitude towards their parents. Moreover, it is a time for them to worship God and hungry spirit. Number 5. He was feeling bad. However, he went to work and tried to concentrate. You have just reviewed some conjunctive adverbs. Let's continue with the next one. Part E. Read the conversation and put the verbs in brackets into the past simple or the past continuous. 30 seconds to do this exercise. Start. Now, please listen and correct the answers.
What were you doing at 9 o'clock last night?
I was watching a festival on TV while my wife was telling our sons a fairy tale.
What happened then?
I heard a big noise from outside. I went out and realized what the noise was. Our neighbors were having a party and they were setting off fireworks in their garden.
You have just finished to review past simple and past continuous through this exercise. Let's continue with the final one. Part F. Choose the most appropriate response to complete the conversation. Please do this exercise in 30 seconds. Let's listen and check the answer together.
How was your weekend?
Great, thanks. How about you?
I went on a day trip.
That sounds very interesting.
I went on a tour of gardens.
Oh, really? Did you enjoy the visit?
Yes, it was great.
This is your homework. Please review vocabulary and grammar of today's lesson and do the following exercise, 5 sentences. This exercise is not in your textbook, so please write down on your notebook. Thank you for attention. I hope all of you to study well today. Goodbye.